Okay, to create a point of sale, go hit the point of sale button. Hit it once, it puts it inside the window of the main BVEssentials screen. If you double click it, it pops it up onto your main screen, which is one of my other screens, so I'll just bring it over. And this sits at a full screen mode now. And then you'll notice right away that the image on the side here, that's coming from that HTML setup we chose of where we put these images, or whatever website you put there. It'll display a regular website here as well if you wish. So as we start to take items on the order, scan the item on, and it puts the item on and shows you a picture of that image of what you just sold. And it pulls it out of the Business Vision image selection that you chose for this item. If I scan the same thing twice, because we've got it set to accumulate, it changes the top one to a 2 instead of just putting it on as a second item. As I scan my second item, you see the picture changes down here for the item that I'm now selling. Okay, so I can continue to add to this order. I can edit lines by just arrowing up, and if I hit enter on it, I can choose things like the discount or the prices. So if I give them a 10% discount on just this one, I can do so. I can arrow up to the next one and edit that one as well. Okay, so once we've added everything to the order that we want to, we can click on the F3 button. You'll see right now we're set to a cash customer, but the F3 button pops up the customer. Here I can just type in just a different address or something, or a phone number for the cash sale customer, and that goes into the ship to. Or I can choose another customer off my list by just looking up and choosing a different customer. If I do that, then it sets the information at the top here. The other thing I can do is to change this to an order entry. So right now, if the customer wants to give me a purchase order number, I can simply press my F6 key, and that brings up this order into a full regular order entry screen here. So now I can go ahead and add his purchase order number on here. Any other information as well. If I now invoice it from this screen, it will give me my full size regular invoice. If I press my F6 key again, it brings me back to point of sale. It's kept that purchase order number that I put on that order, but now when I invoice it, it's going to go straight to the point of sale ticket if you've got it set up as with a ticket printer. Other buttons at the top, we can close point of sale, and if we close it during the middle of an order, it will clear the order off, or I can just clear it and stay in point of sale as well. F4 is the same thing as hitting enter on an item. You choose the item you want and hit the F4, or if you're on a blank line, hitting F4 will bring up your full part number search and lookup that you can look up any part by anything else. Okay, and then we have our tender button. This is where we would pay the order. So we press our F5 key, and that brings up our payment method screen. At this point, I can just touch the first character of the payment method. So if it's V for Visa, in this case, the total amount comes at the top there, and I can type in, say, 300, and it puts the amount on there. And then I can hit C for cash for the remaining amount, and he's giving me $100 in cash. And then you'll see at the bottom here, it shows that there's a $4.11 change because they've tendered a total of 400. And then I can simply click on my invoice button. At this point, it also shows me all the subtotal amounts here as well. It shows me their available credit, what their AR balance is at this point, if they're going to be putting this on account, if they've got any credit available. And if I have the access, I can actually increase their credit limit on the fly here as well. Okay, so I go ahead and invoice that, and then it just prints off my ticket, and then gets ready for my next sale.